Oh, that one. That one. It's in high school though, right? You found anything else?
There's one house I told you. I think I told you on Alexandria Pike. I went and walked that yard. I like that house. All right. I just need to get in there and look at it. The guy I just met with right now. He was coming over some houses for me. He was like, "Your house before it goes on the market." He was like, "Your house before it goes on the market." Okay. Huh? Oh, really?
Back here behind the First Baptist Church.
Yeah, none of those people ever move, I don't think.
Behind Pizza Hut.
Mm-hmm.
Back, turn left. Turn back east. All the way back.
Cul-de-sac. Yeah. Yeah. That's his.
The one without the pool.
Right. There's one, Diana, you'll have to, when we have a conversation about this after the meeting, you'll have to help me to figure out who owns it or whether or not it's going up. There's a place,
What, up for sale or for tax sale?
whether or not it'll be up for sale. 70s built ranch, probably a 3 or 4 bedroom. It's another one. Nope. This one's on Green Valley. Kind of looks like it might be.
That was her idea. I was like, Vanessa,
Might be
it's
2
beautiful.
weeks.
On your grandpa's side or the other side? Or that, wait, that's not great.
They're only on
This is who I am.
until you get out in the
Can I
county,
just
but
have that little thing?
in
I'll
the
just
city,
leave it.
they're on both on the left.
That's it. Okay, that's it. That is just absolutely beautiful.
Come on.
Oh, I'm so glad, 'cause I was like, oh, then I'm gonna have to get here. Okay, so that's you.
I wasn't as late as
You were later than everyone
Okay,
but
I
Tom.
just paid you. Okay, so you guys are gonna do Lee's chicken?
Do we owe somebody money?
That'd be nice.
Tom.
We owe Tom money?
Oh, we owe money?
No, I just said, do we owe someone money? And you said Tom.
Oh, no.
Like,
I
oh,
thought you said we wait on someone.
I thought you said, are we waiting on
I
somebody?
said, do we owe someone?
Oh, are you talking about Owie?
no.
Mark May passed away. They're doing it to you.
Oh, you did?
Oh, the church is gonna do the dinner? And are you asking for donations?
We're not asking. I just told Penny.
Yeah, she didn't ask me, she just told me.
This is how Alexandria works. We started with, who's late? Who are we waiting on? Tom. I thought I owed someone money, and
Yeah.
he says, well, I've already paid her.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how it works.
Yes.
He is.
We are 6 minutes, so let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah.
I don't charge by the hours.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Well, unless
I apologize.
you want to look and see if he's coming through the door now. If he's not,
We could do the, call the pledge and all that.
yes, exactly. Okay. Monday, September 29th, 2025, budget hearing meeting. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. If everyone could, please stand for a moment of silence. Thank you. If everyone could, please turn to the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, move on to 1.4, approval of agenda. Everyone had an opportunity to review. Any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve agenda item 1.4, the approval of the agenda.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Move on to budget hearing for 2026. 2.1, public hearing for budget hearing 2026.
As has been our custom for the last several years, we've got Tim Armstrong here to.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We
Good to
love
see
when
you.
you come visit.
Hello.
Okay. We'll have a couple of new things we have talked about. You want to go ahead and look at the first slide. Education fund, we're able to propose a budget $500,000 larger than last year. I really wanted to go a little bit higher than this, and I'll tell you why it's worked out that way to do that. But also, I always note that there's an additional 1.73 million in addition to the 13.7 that gets moved over to operations. So you're really going to have approval for $15,430,000 in the education fund. Those transfers are usually made twice a year. You do those twice a year?
Monthly.
Monthly. Okay.
15% of what we receive from the basic grant every month.
So there's been a lot of talk about Senate Bill 1. I don't know how much conversation you guys have had. And I've tried to research as much as I can. It's hard to determine how much you potentially could use. I don't know if you've received any projections from the state or not.
Well, just from our conversations with Baker Tilly, and just act like it, they just continue to tell us it's not going to have a significant impact on our district, which just scares me because that's hard to believe because everybody else, I feel like it's.
Well, it's got to be one of those bigger they are, the harder they fall scenarios. Everybody around Indianapolis is moaning and crying and putting their numbers in the paper, and, especially cities and towns and municipalities, because they don't have any other source of property taxes. They're all
Only.
You guys don't get any property taxes in your education fund. That's where schools
Right.
are,
Get screwed.
I don't want to say lucky, but you don't have to worry about that with your education fund. This all comes from the state. What you do have to worry about is how much the legislature approves every biennium when they do the budget. And we'll see in a minute what they vote to do. Okay. And this is this year's funding per student. You can see it up jump 77.71 from last year's 75.39. The projections they used, the state, was on enrollment 1,318. I don't know how close or far away or regard to that number.
I have 1303, Maria. We're going to be showing 1303.
I ran the validation and the COE's not been showing, it's been off by 1 or 2. And so I'm hoping it'll go back up because we were at 1304. And then we have had a couple withdrawals. But me and Becky noticed that it's not correctly updating, right? So it could change.
Well, either way, you're really close. And it's not going to change your budget, your education budget significantly. It's a little bit less than 13. So the legislature is the one that approved that increase from 75.39 to 77.71 for this year. It's a 2-year budget they passed. So next year, it probably won't be that large. That's been kind of their pattern here recently. The biggest jump in year 1 and not quite as big in year 2. So we'll have to wait and see what next year brings. Okay, the one fund that could be affected by Senate Bill 1 is your operations fund, because that's really the only one where property tax is pretty much the sole income for the fund, other than that transfer. Yes, property taxes fund your 2 debt funds as well. We'll talk about that in a minute, how it will be affected. So we're going $4,500,000 is the proposed budget. Last year they approved 25. I think we can get that number approved. The big thing in operations is always the levy. The state tells you how much property tax you will get. Last year it was 2119, this year it's 2203. That's a 4% increase. Again, we don't know year to year what that number will be. Like I told you before, it's based on non-farm income. The whole state.
Probably less next year.
Probably, I would anticipate it. It's been a good 4% the last several years. But so that's the most property taxes they'll allow you to collect in operations. And through some little trickery, which I'll talk about at the end, we were able to get the budget up a little bit to 4.5. Okay, the two debt funds are funded by property taxes, but the state will never let you not be able to pay your debts. So let's say this Senate Bill 1 goes through and you're not collecting enough money in debt service or your referendum debt service, you have two debt service accounts to pay the bills. They'll make it up. You will have enough money to pay your bills. That's just the way the state operates for schools. And it's a good thing, obviously, because you can make a mistake in your budget, I can make a mistake. But you've got healthy cash balances there. Your approved budget's just a hair less than last year. I don't know whether you paid off one of your common school funds or not. But
No.
the budget's just a little
Coming
bit
year.
less. No issues there. Same thing next with the referendum debt service where you borrow the money to do your big construction project. You guys have been a shining star in this thing the whole way through because you told the taxpayers we could get up to 50 cents property tax for this. You're under 32 cents this
Yep.
year. It would take
You may need to use that, I'm sure.
it would take a tremendous drop in your assessed value to approach that 50-cent guarantee or promise that you made. I can't imagine that will ever happen. The fact that it's down to 32 cents is because of your
Increases
assessed
as
value.
value.
Growing, yeah.
So again, no issues with this fund. And the same thing applies here. If there was some type of catastrophe economically, the state will make sure you have enough money to pay these bills. Now, they won't make that guarantee in any of your other funds, but they will in your debt funds.
Do you have the 2024, 25 tax rate in here? Or do you recall what it was?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
2024, it was 1.1154. This year, it's 1.0372. And as you can see, because of the increase in EV, I'm estimating 1.0058. I know Brent's not crazy about the idea of the tax rate going down.
Well, I meant the referendum tax rate. What was it this past year?
Oh, it was, I can remember, it was 4 something.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was
Probably
38.
got it in
I was thinking it was 4 something.
Sure. Okay.
I just remember it was still under the 50, but I felt like it was 4 something.
one, maybe.
I didn't think so.
Oh, well, I could be wrong.
So yeah, I'm looking at
I make things up.
another decrease in your tax rate. And it used to be, you could advertise high. Well, that was before debt service has always been fixed. You're not gonna be able to advertise more than you need. It used to be able to advertise really high in operations. And that's where we used to always do it. Bump up that operation. Now they give you the number. You know, here's how much levy you're gonna get maximum. You can't put down any more than that. So your rate probably is gonna drop a little bit this year. And again, it's because of the AV increase from under 400 million to over 400, almost 423 million. Looking back at your history, for a while there was no rhyme or reason. Sometimes there was a huge drop between 21 and 22, kind of stable there for 23 and 24, then a nice increase last year, and a nice increase this year. I don't know what the assessors are doing. I really don't. I don't know what's causing Yeah.
So
County
if,
really slow.
so if we don't want it to go down, does that mean we want to, and we want to keep it up there?
Or more money.
Thank you, that's what I was getting to.
I think I did last year too, but yeah, you definitely have room
More
in
money.
your transfer. And David and Brenda both told me about a series of projects that you'd like to do. And doing those by selling bonds and bumping up your debt a little bit is a much better way than doing it out of rainy day.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And a
So
whole lot of rainy day, which I know you guys have a set number there you don't want to go below. So the bond route, borrowing money is definitely the best way to proceed.
And would this look good for us, as borrowers to do that? The idea that we could,
You're not gonna be in trouble borrowing.
Work and sell.
Baker Tilly,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm sure they'll talk you through it. No, you're not anywhere close to having a problem increasing your debt.
Borrowing money.
Okay, I put this slide on this year because I want to talk a little bit about rainy day funds. This year, we advertised a budget of $1 million. Last year, we advertised a budget of $750. And yet, as of June 30th, when you have to start all your budgeting processes, you had over $1.5 million in the fund. Okay, why are we increasing the budget from 750 to $1 million? And I think I talked about this in the past too, but the budget software that the state uses forces you, they make you say you're going to spend every penny that you budgeted for. So last year you budgeted for 750. I think on June 30th, when we start this process, you hadn't spent a penny of it. But the budget software says you're going to spend 750 during the last 6 months. So it forces you into this position where it looks like you don't have enough funds. The same thing happens in education and operations. So in order to budget for the numbers we wanted to in those two funds, I showed on your revenue, I showed that you were going to transfer $400,000 this coming year from rainy day to operations. And I showed that you were going to transfer $600,000 from rainy day to education. Okay, that's $1 million. So since I said you were going to do these transfers on the paper, we have to show it as a budget item. Well, you're not going to do those transfers. You're not going to get anywhere close to those. In education, you probably won't transfer any.
Probably transfer from education
Yeah.
to rainy day.
Yeah. But in order to make this software joke, as I call it, instead of letting you decide what we think will spend the last 6 months, they tell you you're going to spend everything. It's the only way.
because they don't want you saving money? I mean, is that?
No, they just don't want you collecting too much the next year.
Oh.
And so that's what I'm trying to do.
It's all about them.
I'm trying to get a little more approved by saying, okay, we're going to transfer $1 million next year to these other two funds. You're not going to.
Got it.
Just looks like you're going to do it.
Give them a taste of their own medicine.
Which keeps our rainy day healthy.
Yeah, so I noted there, will your $1 million desire to keep that balance? Yes, it will be. Not saying you won't transfer some, but there's no way you're gonna transfer $1 million.
And we've done some of that back and forth in rainy day.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we generally will take from education at the end of the year and put, we've transferred 500,000 from education to rainy day to keep rainy day.
We'll probably do that again next
Yeah,
year.
we'll do that.
But they assumed, as the software, you're gonna spend everything you got in education. So, but you don't. That's why you're able to do these transfers into rainy day at the end of the year. And I'm confident you'll do that again. You will be, I'm sure, spending some rainy day money in 2026 for operations.
Sure.
But not for education. Okay, citizens, we're gonna take your questions.
Yeah.
We have a budget hearing, it's part of the requirements. And unless, yeah.
So we have a common school loan that's gonna come, that's gonna be done, is it January?
No, it's not, I think July.
That we paid off. So do we have a plan? Or do we have to do it so many months in advance to come spend that money again so we don't let that bond roll back?
That's not on a bond.
No.
That's common school.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
That's just
apply
like
for
a
that.
loan straight from the state.
Okay,
You can apply
okay.
for that at any.
And those are fine to use as well.
And normally we keep those rolling.
We haven't.
Well,
Have we?
we actually, last year, we had a $500,000 one that we used for furniture and, for, upgrades.
But in the past 15 years, we didn't. That's when you came and said, spend some money.
There's been common school loans that have.
Yeah, we've kind of just replaced one with another and just kept that.
Just so we don't let them go back.
Because there's
There's always something.
6 or 8 of them.
Yeah, we've got like 8 common schools.
Right, there's like 8 of them, but once one falls off, we usually go and pick up another one.
Okay.
And so we've just kind of
Is
always,
that 500,000, is that the top? Is that-
No, that's
you
just
get-
what we, apply for whatever you want to, but that was just what we needed at that time.
At the time.
for
It's-
our
it's-
project.
we've kind of looked at it like trading your car in every few years. You're going to have a car payment. So you might as well just keep on rolling with it.
And if I remember right, which maybe I don't, we've got, they roll, we roll a couple off, don't we, in the next few years?
In the next couple of years, there'll be a couple of
Yeah.
them that fall off, and then there's a kind of a gap in between those.
Do you recall, and you don't have to give me the answer now, what the value of those loans were? To where, like I said, we're looking at, I'll just put it in layman's terms, we borrowed, at home, we borrowed $100,000 and we're paying $2,000 a month. And that's what we've been doing. And now that loan is finally getting paid off, but we're used to paying it.
Interest rate was?
No, do you know what what that full fall off is? That way we could go and say, we're going to feel the same way if we do another loan for $100,000.
Yeah. I've got them all printed off down there, I can show you.
Because we could say, hey, we're gonna pay off a $500,000 one this year, and next year we're paying off a $1.2 million one. Well, if we needed to go and borrow, $2 million here in the next 3 years, it's going to feel the same to us at paying our bills.
Right. Well, we're making our bills
Yeah.
paying it.
But
Basically,
it
yeah.
feels the same. It doesn't say, oh,
Yeah.
we're stretched farther than our means.
Right.
But hey,
Right.
we're actually going to spend less than we did per year on our loans in 2027 than we did in 2023.
Yeah, I felt like there was, they came off in 26, 27, and 28.
I think
I thought so too.
Yeah.
so. This is an older document, but
That one is out my car. How many tubs?
With our assessed value being where it's at right now, and with our borrowing power, it seems like this would be the time.
Depending on interest rate.
And,
To borrow money?
To keep that tax up there toward that 50 cents, I want to do that. That's
Oh.
how we got in trouble before. Everybody got used to that low, and then, so we didn't make any improvements for 40 years. and
Right.
that's exactly
You're
how we
not
got
you're
there.
not wrong.
And then we had to fight for, literally, to get that referendum.
Because we
So-
never had any debt, and now.
Yeah.
Yes, and people looked at that like we shouldn't have it, when in fact, you should have it.
Again,
It's like not having a credit card,
Yeah.
and then you try to go borrow something and you don't have an established credit.
Well, we
That's what
need
it's
to
saying.
keep it at that.
in July, we'll have one that's falling off that was originally $1,962,000. In January of 27,
Or maybe that's the one.
there will be one falling off that was $1,662,000. So, and then after that, we go to July of 28 before the next one comes off, and it was originally $1,762,000.
okay.
Referendum tax rate last year was 32.5 cents.
32 last year and
Now it's around
31.9 or whatever it was. Yeah.
That's not too
And after those.
But it hasn't been. I mean, it has been in recent history, last 5 years, that we were in that 40,
Oh, yeah.
47, 46, somewhere in there.
That big drop in AV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could be. Yes, we did advertise we were going to be at 50. No more than
We said we
50.
would never go over.
But we have room to go and make it to 38.
Yeah.
Well, remember, this is a separate.
Two different animals.
Right, but I
You'd
mean,
be adding to
as the whole,
Yeah.
it does.
As long
Be
as
adding
a
to the
whole,
regular
we stay
debt
under.
service.
As the whole, we feel that.
You have room. Whether it's through common school loans or selling bonds. They all go on the debt service, the regular debt service rate.
Yeah. Okay.
Which doesn't affect the taxpayers what on the assessed value thing that you're talking about.
I feel like we could go and scratch that one off and go
Their property taxes.
Right.
refill it,
Right, it
basically.
doesn't
And
affect their
that's
tax rate.
Yeah.
If I take a common school loan,
$2 million.
right,
Then your rate's gonna go up, which is gonna increase taxes.
Yeah.
okay,
But it's not gonna be very much.
right.
It's not gonna go above 50.
So
No.
that one, they keep,
Yeah.
it's a separate
Yeah.
loan.
But if we
But
put them together,
Impact.
that would be what
Impact,
we would
yeah.
sell it as. We're still not gonna go above, you got 30 here, and you got,
But I'm not sure I would tell the public, okay, we told you it could go to 50, we're only at 32.
We're gonna bump you up,
Over,
right?
we're gonna,
I'd say the reason you're gonna borrow is because the regular debt service rate is low.
okay,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Forget the referendum part of it. Remember the 1.01,
gotcha.
That you wanna
right.
keep-
right?
That you wanna keep in your back pocket is.
Okey-dokey.
We still have yours.
I say, well, yeah, this was going up, but look what we've done with this. It's a 32 cents.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what we promised.
We messed with the 1.0058 and because we've been as high as 1.18 here in recent history.
Yeah, you back
21. We were at 1.18, something like that. 22, we were at 1.18. 2024, we were 1.11.
Yeah.
So even if we went 10, but I mean, there's things we need to do for sure. Yep. Okay.
After those three.
Do we need to end the meeting so that we're off the meeting and then we can have the conversation, or do we?
No,
need-
because we're
I
still
have questions.
in budget hearing.
Okay,
I mean, and these are public numbers.
right.
The next 3 years, we'll have 3 loans fall off, and then it'll be till 2036 before the next one falls off.
I'll be
So
dead.
we have a 10-year.
I'll be dead. No matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait. So we feel that we can finish up to 2.1 and move on to 2.2.
Wait a minute, no, I don't wanna finish up yet, because I do wanna say this, because, after doing the facilities study, and we know there's some crucial things that we have to look at. It does, and I don't feel until we heard tonight where we are, that I can get excited about thinking, okay, now we can look at that facilities study and be able to do some of the things, not obviously everything, and we're gonna have to do the priority things first. But at least we're gonna continue our commitment to keep our facilities in good repair, and other things that we can do for the kiddos, so. And so that's what I hear you saying. I hear you saying we're in good shape
We've got
to be
room.
able.
You're in good shape to take on more debt.
Okay.
Your facility studies will guide you to what.
Yes.
Right.
But yeah, you don't have any issues there. And really, from an outsider's viewpoint, when you did the big facilities
Referendum money.
Referendum.
Yeah.
and your community was very supportive of that, as
Yes,
I
they
recall.
were.
Yes.
They're gonna be very supportive of smaller projects. I think they understand what you need to do to keep your facilities upgraded.
Yeah, because we recently sold the bond.
Yeah.
For 2.
Like 2, 3.
Yeah.
You can't infrastructure.
Well, and I
Yeah.
think the 2.3 bond sale didn't have really a noticeable impact for the people of the community
No.
when it came to what was in their wallets.
Yeah, very little. There was some, but very, very little.
Generally, if there's a big impact, you
Hear
hear
about
about it.
Right.
Some people are not-
and so, but your best ways probably to not impact their wallets is through debt services and common school loan. Simply because you're already paying for that. They're used to it. One falls off, you go grab another one basically the same price or the same money, and truly they're
And
not
we
going
can
to
be
feel
true
it
to
in their
our
wallet.
word.
Right.
We can be true to our word too, about keeping that commitment, that,
Because we're not touching the referendum stuff.
right.
What's the, and I'm not asking because I, want to borrow the max amount, what's the most that you can get in a common school loan?
I think there is a max, it's just what your numbers say you can.
Yeah.
What you can handle, what you're.
There may be something legislatively.
It's just all dependent on your line of credit, basically.
I think they made us look at our debt, what we had coming in, like you would if you went to go
Yeah,
borrow
to
money for
borrow
a house,
money.
and then there's a percentage of it. Like you can't be 100% in the hole.
So we have, Dave, so you're saying we have one in July of 26, and then we have one in 27,
And 1 in 28.
and one in 28?
January
Yes.
27 and then July 28.
Yeah. There's your amounts and your dates.
I mean, you're actually borrowing money from the state of Indiana, the same entity that's gonna guarantee your payments.
Yes.
So we could
They
default
got
and not
nothing
gonna pay it
to
anyway.
lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can't default.
And they're all in- they're all in
Yeah.
4%.
And they're locked at a 4%. Oh.
Oh, it's been.
Always
years
been
it's as low as
4%
1%.
Okay, so it's not going to fluctuate. So us going and picking up the one that falls off literally has zero impact on what we've been paying for the last 15 or 20 or 10 or whatever it was, the life of it.
Most recent one we got was at 4. There was one that goes off at 39, it was at 5, but rates, most of these all are at court right at 4%. And they're locked in.
And that's what they are today. And your bond sale has a limit.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
because it
Yes.
had to be,
Yeah.
yes.
Because we were at a limit of what we could borrow, and I've had people say you should have borrowed more money so you could have done this or that.
You're right.
And I try to explain to them, and I believe it's this way in my layman's terms of, you're looking for a house and the bank says, you can go and you're pre-approved for 200,000.
Yeah.
You don't look at $500,000 homes. And that's kind of how I have explained it. Why didn't you get more money? Well, because they would only give us so much.
The next one we could go without doing a
A referendum.
Because you'll be sitting in one of those chairs screaming and yelling that your taxes are going up. That's
Right.
why.
The actual issue is that you could probably easily have got more money, but you would have had to get your taxpayers to approve it.
Yeah, you guys could
And you
approve
really,
that.
you really.
could do it without.
Because we're under 2 million. Is that still the cap?
No, it's still
No,
we were 2.3. It's a percentage of whatever
Yeah,
the,
there's a big old calculation.
Yes.
Of what you can
Okay.
borrow without going to a referendum, and that was.
kind of like what a bank will do when you're trying to get a home loan. They do a big calculation and say, we can see that you can afford or you can do this much at this time.
And I think at that time, we were looking at doing 1.8, and then Penny said, we can go to 2.3, why don't we go ahead and?
That was Carrie.
Was that-
That was Carrie.
That was you.
Yeah.
I came and said, hey, I
Yeah.
think Carrie's right. That's why I was Carrie's cheerleader on that, to say, why wouldn't we?
Okay. Well, we always enjoy you coming and helping explain to us how our money works and what monies we
Very
have
helpful.
available. And we as a board, of course, are mindful of our community's monies. I mean, that's how we kind of feel about it, is we're spending our community's money to go and make things happen. And
And yet we want the best for our kiddos.
we want the most
best.
for every
Yeah.
penny we spend, and we don't want to overstep or overextend ourselves
Yeah.
on this money to where it does impact more to the negative, impacts our communities. And so we always appreciate hearing what you have to tell us, because it makes us feel a lot more comfortable with, hey, we can spend that money to make these improvements that we need to make to our facilities, and it's not going to hurt our community by doing it. And we appreciate you explaining that.
Can't predict the future.
Correct.
So if
Oh,
there's a
darn,
huge-
because I was just getting ready to say that. You are our future predictor. Yeah.
You know, assess value, you just don't know what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
The trends are good, and I can't see them taking big jumps backwards, especially with this Senate Bill 1, you know. If you had a huge drop in AV and Senate Bill 1 was cutting back, then
You probably wouldn't be talking as highly about. However, with the potential of, the city's trying to sell a business park and try to develop that. If we were to go and be fortunate enough to go and start developing that, obviously our AV goes up, and it could go up not 200,000 at a time or whatever the number was. It could be millions and millions that it could go up. It could be a huge jump in a short period of time if a development like that was to happen. Or with the expansion of Indianapolis, with everybody coming up 6937, we could see a development somewhere that could go and put several million back into it. So
Why did the golf course didn't hurt us?
Thank you.
Thank you.
exactly right, though. That's it.
I started this, I retired
Finally, yeah.
over 20 years ago, full-time school of business management. I started this consulting business. You're my only client left.
Yay! We want a 5-year contract.
Most of them I just said, I don't have time anymore. They were larger clients. I said, I'm gonna keep Alexandria as long as
Yay.
we
We are
will
grateful.
we will sign a lifetime contract if we need to. We really appreciate you so much. Always enjoy, like you've heard us say. I've been on this board. Penny and I have been on this board 11 years now.
Yeah.
We've always enjoyed the meeting that we have, that you show up, that you come here. You make us feel so much more comfortable in what we're doing. And it's just, this is truly probably one of our favorite meetings of the year.
Yeah.
Because,
There you go.
maybe. Are you also explaining the bus replacement capital expenditures and capital project stuff to us?
This guy's job.
All right.
Do you have any questions?
Well, we'll get to them here shortly, but I want to make sure before we close with you. Okay.
Thank you.
Hopefully see you next year.
Yes, yes.
Have a great evening. We are banking on seeing you next year.
Thank you. Okay, we will move on to 2.2, public hearing for 2026 bus replacement. Mr. O, you have information on that?
Yeah, we just have one bus on there that we're replacing next year. 214,000 on there.
210?
210.
That'd be the lift bus,
Yeah.
bus number 22.
Scott
Okay.
is, anticipating it will cost this coming year.
Because the prices have gone crazy.
Yeah, prices are going out of sight.
Our first bus
Yeah.
was $78,000. The very first bus we bought.
No
Brand new,
way.
78. Yep.
Is this something that needs to be ordered ASAP?
Yeah.
being that it's a lift?
We ordered one lift already, short bus.
Yeah, we got one.
I don't think it's an immediate order, no.
No.
Okay. And this is
We've
the-
had pretty good luck at getting them a really long way.
The short buses?
And this is bus 22, which is a current daily, everyday bus. We have another one that's a backup. Is the one that's the backup, is that the one you've already ordered for replacement?
We don't have one on order right now.
Oh, I thought you just said we already
We just
ordered
got
one.
one.
No, we got the short bus with the
So that
lift.
was what was on.
It just came about a month ago.
Okay.
We don't have a regular bus ordered for next year yet.
So we're anticipating only just the replacing bus 22 in 2026, which will be here before we know it. Only 3 months away.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Are we healthy with that?
Yeah, because that's what we've anticipated that, pretty much that same amount.
And here I am thinking in my head still the old budget where we had an actual bus replacement we had 5 different items.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
part of the operation.
That's right.
And,
Is there anything that you would do? I wouldn't say differently, but is there anything that you would information you would give us that be like hey, here's a heads up or anything? I mean, I see that we're looking at 280,000 estimated for 2027, but is there anything that really we need to be mindful of or anything like that?
it's hard to project out,
Sure.
even 1 year from now, because the bus.
We saw that with 26 and 27
Yeah,
and 19,
the
right?
The bus prices from 24 to 25 went up so much that, yeah, I mean, all of those are just basically a guess right now as to what we think they'll cost then, but, it's really kind of have to look at those with a grain of salt there and see if, what the prices go to and whether we need to adjust those next year. But for 26, I think we're good with the 210.
Yeah, I know. I'm just in talking with the city, just the price. So, I was complaining about the prices of buses. They're complaining about the increase in price in ambulances and fire trucks are
Oh yeah,
wild.
Yeah.
So
which is going to fall on about the same, chassis and engine. They're kind of the same.
So for this coming year, I think as long as we don't throw us a curveball and give us a lot less operation money, we should be good.
Okay. No concerns then.
No, not at this point.
Okay. Then we will move on to 2.3, public hearing for capital expenditures 2026.
These are all,
Which one is that? Short one, this one.
probably the short one.
Football field, scoreboard, and bus.
Plus, we've already talked about. So, these are projects that are anticipated within the next 3 years, so not necessarily this year. Scoreboard is embarking at us.
Who came up with the 25,000 for the new scoreboard?
That one was an estimate there. I mean, you
Okay.
can pay whatever you want to pay.
Sure.
For the scoreboard. So if we're looking at,
I was just thinking modernization would be more than 25,000 though.
yeah, so that's why I said these are, we haven't gone out and priced them yet, but you can.
Okay.
If we're looking at, just a, get some numbers up there so people can see, or do we go for the
I mean, sky's probably the limit,
Yeah.
really, but I just figured that the scoreboard nowadays, with modernization, along with LED modernization, and I don't know either, and it's probably just a rough guess too, would be more than 25,000. That's why. Do we have room to? I mean, obviously, it sounds like from what he tells us, we know that things have gone up. We know that things need to be modernized.
Yeah, there's things.
We got room to go
Yeah, because there's.
3 times that if we need to,
Yeah,
right?
there's projects that we had this year that we won't have next year. That
Mhm.
things like this will replace.
Can I make a suggestion that we would purchase that from the same people that it's got the basketball scoreboards and then commit them to more training
DevCon,
and more,
or
yeah. So that it
DevCo,
would-
NevCo.
Yeah. Yeah, because, it's still been frustrating somewhat a little bit with the basketball scoreboards, I think. We don't have anybody that knows everything they can do and.
Yeah.
Which is silly because they have them at Ball State, so I just.
No, that's a different company.
Oh, I thought it was them.
No.
Okay, so, but there's somebody.
Yeah.
And so if we could get a commitment, maybe.
Yeah, Daktronics is at Ball State. We've got Nevco's.
I don't know how much of a learning curve
Yeah.
it is for the high school, the gym scoreboard, but I think it's.
That's what she's talking about. It's a lot.
I think it's pretty high, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want just anybody walking in there and turning it on and operating it, so.
The volleyball games,
Mr. Kyle and I are working on a pathway that would involve some of those things.
Awesome.
I love that.
Yes.
Media, broadcasting, digital media. We're working on that right now.
Any other questions from anyone else about this page here?
So how do we come up with this list? Are we on
We're
the
not
same
looking at
page?
that. That's next.
Excuse me.
We're looking at this one.
Okay.
We're looking at this one right now.
Oh, I wasn't.
Yeah, this is-
on your page.
No, this is the public hearing for capital expenditures right now. These are expenditures.
Okay.
Okay, so we have on that list, item 1 and 2, bus and football field scoreboard.
Yeah,
I think last year, all we had on there was a bus and a sewer auger.
And
We
the
do
site
have-
wall.
And that sewer auger is
God.
very nice.
Yay.
They showed, it was show and tell the other day with the sewer auger.
And
And they've
nobody
already
invited me.
used it and they absolutely love it.
Good.
Took them long enough to buy it.
Yeah.
Yes. It's really nice. It's a Milwaukee brand and it's battery operated.
Nice.
They're actually really excited about it. Okay, so we will move on then, since there aren't any other questions about this. And we will go to 2.4, public hearing for capital projects, 2026. That would be the list with 8 items on it for now.
And these are in the next 3 years, and not all of those are anticipated. for 2026.
Diana, can I have your question now? You had a question? You were gonna be here.
I was
You had
asking you.
a question about this.
Oh,
Yeah, how do you come?
who came up with
It's
this
a
list?
conversation with Brent, with David Clayball.
Okay.
And with the other administrators as to what they had in mind that they would like to see done.
So where I'm headed with that, do you have a question too?
No, I wanna hear what you have.
Not yet.
Because we still have out here lurking, if I die before we get the pipes fixed or
I
the
know.
concrete
Those can't
fixed,
be on here.
Okay,
It's
you're
too
going in the
much.
same direction.
it's because it's how much
Too
money?
big of a project.
These are nature that exceed 10,000 are expected to begin.
Yeah, but that would be part of our facility study.
So there's two separate lists.
$100,000 or
Yeah,
less.
that's,
Yeah, these are under capital project
That exceed $10,000.
that exceed
Yeah.
The max is
$10,000.
100,000?
That's kind of where we keep it on here.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's not
Okay.
the official match.
Don't worry, I
but
tried to
that's
put all
what
this stuff
we
on
kept
there.
it.
No
Yeah, a
worries.
big
Okay.
project like the pipes or something like that, that's part of the facility study that we'll be talking with Baker Tilly or
But I can answer these if you want.
I'm struggling of compartmentalizing.
Where,
the-
yeah,
So,
You know what I'm saying?
so if I'm
These-
looking at this list, we're budgeting for these items that aren't sexy. You know, this is stuff that if we're looking down the
Things
road
we
of
can
borrowing,
repair. Yeah.
that's more bang we can get for our buck. If we're paying, budgeting for this stuff now, that's not the stuff that we're gonna potentially.
This is like the
borrow.
tune-up for the car instead
Right.
of the new car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way I look at this.
This is accessories.
Yeah, this is the stuff, and I think there's a couple things that are in that facility study.
Yeah.
That, again, in my mind, just aren't the sexy things, but absolutely have to be done.
The things we have on here, the LED lighting we had, I believe, on there last year, and that has not been done yet. So upgrade cameras. The reason to upgrade the cameras and the server refresher on there, Nathan and I have been working on. We submitted a grant over the summer, and some of these grants for school safety are a 100% grant, and some of them are like a 10 or 25% match. And on some of the camera quotes, a 25% match would be $100,000. Or we need to get new servers in the next couple of years, and that's about $100,000. So that's how those two things made their way on there. Concrete sidewalk, I thought we had scheduled for our concrete in front of the high school to be repaired, and I'm not sure.
And the walking path between the two, right?
No, just mainly the front of the high school.
Oh, okay.
Where all the water runs and it's
Yeah.
all eroded.
Yep. And
Right.
so we are
Yep.
trying to get working on that pretty quick. Exterior door repair, that came from a admin meeting where I was asking for things that needed to be repaired that fit this threshold for money, and it was brought to our attention there were about 3 different doors at the high school that really need to be solidified and
They're repaired, not replaced.
replaced.
Oh, it's gonna be more than 30,000.
Well, it might be more than 30,000. Maybe it would just be one at a time.
Sure.
But
You're at least putting it on the radar.
Yep. The floor restoration at the elementary, the high school had all of their floors redone over the summer, and the elementary needs to get theirs done, so we don't have to do the continuous waxing of the
Oh,
floors.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Then
High school looks really nice.
the last 2 things, probably I don't want to ramble on too long, but I'm trying to find a way to get the elementary gym not looking like half of a gym and half of a storage facility.
yes.
Thank you.
With crates and boxes and tables, and I'm trying to find places to. I told Stacy Bone I was going to clean the gym like I cleaned my room as a kid. I put everything under my bed. It didn't work out very well. And so, but in the process of doing this, we had this amazing gym. Walls are dirty. It needs painted. The floor needs redone, and we need to figure out what we're going to do with that gym, what we're going to do with our storage issue, and none of it is an easy fix. I mean, it's an awesome structure, and it's got me baffled a little bit on what we could do to create more storage. So
I think creating more storage shouldn't involve the gym though.
You meant like freestanding storage or somewhere else?
You're
saying it
saying
shouldn't
Not
be stored in the
use
gym.
not use the gym, whether that be.
you're talking about the gym floor.
Hmm?
You're talking about the gym floor surface, not the underneath.
Oh, I mean the old locker rooms. I mean that's
We should not be storing things
in the gym or in the stands or
Right.
yeah. I don't want the visible part of the gym to
Cluttered. It's cluttered.
one cluttered, but I don't want it to be just completely lose. I mean, it's bad enough we took bleachers out, but I don't want it to be to where it loses its identity. I
Yeah.
guess you could say. You know,
It's not something that you want to go away.
no.
It's
No.
awesome.
No,
No.
it's so cool.
Yeah.
But But a question for you, but do you feel like, because I've not been downstairs, so I think I
Well, I
went
made a
upstairs.
video for you.
But,
You'll
so
see it.
do you think there's more storage could be created down there or something? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
In the old
with
locker
a big
rooms, is that what you're talking
dumpster,
about?
Yeah,
a big dumpster and some people.
Yeah.
Probably
A little bit of time.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
good,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's only gonna fix some of it. Like they have old lunch tables that are in there that they use for different things, and those can't go down in there. They're not gonna go down the steps. You know, pallets of paper. They're gonna have to unload the pallets of paper and take them down there.
Well, what's the company that's doing the
Gibraltar.
Could they look at, maybe they have all that space?
So I sent them a video right before I recorded your video that I haven't sent you yet of me going through all the nooks and crannies of the elementary gym. So I sent them a video first of the exterior part last week.
I just think that
Awesome.
west side where there used to be a universal weight machine.
right.
It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in any school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the platform.
Yeah.
There used to be a caged
Yes.
workout area. And then there was that's just a tremendous waste of space. There doesn't.
is a waste of space.
In my opinion, there doesn't need to be more seating in there. Like the seating on that east side is plenty, but it would be neat to see if somebody kind of reimagined that space.
that space,
on
it
that
needs to
west.
definitely be.
And see, and that's where I'm saying I don't want it to lose its identity. I'd rather.
It could be such a cool old school gym. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
really cool.
Well, the coolest thing one of the coolest things I was ever a part of in my time at Alexandria was when we had the Shorty Birdsell dedication in that gymnasium. We played APA.
Yes.
And we had seating on the floor. I mean, it was, and
We
it
could go
just-
back to that.
Well,
could do it.
we should.
With the county tournament going away, I would love to be able to host a holiday tournament and have games in that gym, have games at the high school.
Yes.
It'd be awesome.
We need to utilize that gym more often. When I
Are
was
we
at,
not utilizing it?
Well,
for varsity events and to let it be seen more because it is such a cool gym. Yes. Once we.
It would be awesome to do a varsity game in there once a year.
Yes.
And
Okay. So any more questions for the capital projects hearing? Any questions or any discussion on that?
No,
Thank
I
you for
look
the
forward-
explanation.
I look forward to the video.
Okay, Diana? Nothing?
No, my list is on these two things. I mean, my list of when are we gonna do it, how are we gonna pay for it?
Yeah.
Before we have a freaking crisis, and that's my nervousness. I
Okay.
don't trust the chiller. Unless somebody tells me that it's gonna be better.
The chiller at the high school? It's done better.
Okay.
At the elementary, it was just getting repaired today when it was 85 degrees in the building.
Okay, we'll move on to
So
two
that-
point five, public input comments pertaining to the
Loud.
2026 budget. Public participation shall be permitted only as indicated on the agenda or at the presiding officer's discretion. Participants must be recognized by the presiding officer and must preface their comments by announcing their name, address, and the organization represented if applicable. Each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes duration or as determined by the presiding officer. No participant may speak more than once on the same topic. All statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. No person may address or question board members individually. Discussion of agenda items shall be limited to the Board of Education and the superintendent. No person may speak or discuss at any meeting of the Board of Education any charges or complaints against employees of the school district without first presenting such charges or complaints to the Board of Education through the superintendent, in writing, signed, and verified by the person or group making such a charge or complaint. The presiding officer may terminate any person's privilege of address for persistent violations of rules or conduct and declare that person out of order for the above violation of rules. There's no one from the public here, right? So we will then move on to 3.1, board comments. Diana, go ahead and get us fired up.
Yay for us. Yay for us. Yay for you guys for keeping us on task. And I mean, I think we've been transparent with everybody, the staff, the teachers, we've given raises when we could. We've been mindful of our spending. And so I'm pretty pumped. Pretty pumped. Good job all.
Here, Beth.
I second it. What Diana just said, thank you, Dave, for your work. Let's go.
Penny?
Dave, yes, Dave, Brent, thank you very much. This, again, I love this meeting because I know he said he's not a predictor of the future. However, as we look to the future, it does look bright, I think. We know we have a lot of things to do, obviously the infrastructure things that are not fun, but if we don't take care of the infrastructure, then it destroys the beauty that we have. So, but I am excited and ready to look at, you know, what we can do and when we can begin to move. So, yeah.
Tom?
Yeah, I don't think our financials have always looked this good. 10 years ago, even more than that, I think.
Not when Alice left.
Alice left. I think the prior administration did a bang up job with the finances, and they, great job. So yeah, I'm excited to see we have a little bit of breathing room and some potential to make the quality of education a little bit brighter in Alexandria schools. That's all I got.
Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Mr. Armstrong, right?
Great.
He
Yeah,
is
good guy.
absolutely wonderful
Yes,
to
amazing.
see. We should be feeling
Blessed.
absolutely blessed that he has one client, and it's us now. You know, he's moved on from everyone else after retiring 20 years and decided to keep us going. Such a blessing for us,
Yeah.
for sure, to have him. I feel like we're in great shape financially. Everyone's worried about HB1. I've had a lot of people ask me about HB1, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, it could affect. I feel a lot better about it today. I feel we're in good shape. But I will also give credit to this board. We have somebody that keeps an eye on every single dime,
Easy.
and we absolutely appreciate what you do with that. That is your gift, and it's.
Sorry, Dave.
I mean, we're talking about but we're talking about blessings, and it is a blessing to have somebody
Absolutely.
like her on there. Penny and I have been, like we said, 11 years, and we've seen our third superintendent and what we've had. We've gone and made it a priority, I guess you could say, to keep an eye and to have somebody like this on our board where we're keeping an eye on those dollars. And yes, we want to spend money, we want to do things, but we also are keeping mindful of where we at, what our limits are.
Right.
But this board coming together and being on the same page and what we need to do and what we can do and what we have to do.
And
So
we've been transparent. I think that's huge to the public.
Yes.
I mean, I think we have been very transparent.
I know we have made it a priority to be.
Yes.
And it's something we try to do all the time. Some people may not think that we are, but some people may say we're more than transparent. But we try to do the best we can at doing that, and I believe that I believe we've been fully transparent with everything.
Oh, I do too.
So I thank the board. I thank the superintendents that we've had that's helped us get to this point. Move on to 4.1, adjournment of meeting. The next regular board meeting will be held on October 20th, 2025 at Alexander Monroe Central Office at 7 p.m. An executive session will be held at 6 p.m. prior to the regular meeting. An additional executive session will be held immediately after the regular board meeting if needed.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
And it's great information that we received tonight. And
You don't have to sign anything, Maria?
Yeah.